Gareth, hi, how are you?
Not bad, Phil. How are you?
Good, pretty good, thank you. First of all, a belated happy birthday from, I'm sure, all Blyth fans for your, was it your 40th last week?
40th, aye.
Yeah. Did it hit you hard being 40?
Sorry?
Did it hit you hard being 40?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Apart from the Grays.
Oh,
But nah, apart from that, that's nah.
that's good. You know that the club has been putting out a series of tweets and posts on Facebook about the 0809 FA Cup run, obviously where you were
Yes.
captain. Um,
Yep.
I just thought it'd be a good idea to round it off with having a chat to you when the series has now ended about your views on some of the games and bits and pieces. So
Brilliant.
if we start with the Sheffield game, I mean, we went into that game on a mixed bag of league form, and they were, playing really well in their lower league, albeit. So there
Yeah.
must be a few nerves that, possibly getting knocked out the cup early on and going on to struggle in the league.
Yeah. Obviously, Sheffield were doing well in their league. We weren't doing well in our league. Plus the whole Sheffield being the lowest ranked team, I think they were left in, and was it not their 100 years or something like that, and being the oldest club in the country, it was a bit of a, is this a whole lot of bad omens that it's going to be a bad result? But the lads played well, and
I mean, it was a 3-1 win to us in the end, but if I
yeah.
remember correctly, which I may well not, it was kind of hard work. It wasn't as straightforward as the scoreline might suggest.
No, they came up and they put up a good fight. I think in the end our quality shone through, but it was I think for the good most part of the game it was a good even battle. But then as I say, I think our quality shone through a little bit and managed to get a comfortable in the end 3-1 win.
Yeah, I think Sean Ray kind of arguably turned the game, didn't he? He came on as substitute, scored one, and had a good assist.
Yeah, Sean did really well in that cup run. He was aye.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
we're
a good
coming
surprise.
in a minute or two again, obviously. Now, in fact, the Shrewsbury game at home was the next game, first round proper of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, what a start we got off to there within a minute.
Oh, unbelievable start. Great header by Leeson up the line. Good cross by Robbie Dale. And then great finish by Sean.
Yeah, it was a nice flick on, I think, on Roy, wasn't it? Put Sean in. I mean, Sean did as cool as a cucumber, didn't he? I mean, he was quite new at the club still and didn't seem to have any nerves at all.
No, he slotted in really well. Good lad. Smile, I used to call him, because always had a big cheesy grin on his face. And came in well. Obviously took his goal really, really well, and I think that settled our nerves and give us that belief that we could get a bit of a giant killing.
Yeah, I mean, he scored a second, didn't he? Midway through the first half. I mean, at that point, did you think, we're coping quite well with Shrewsbury here, obviously league side, we're going to go on and win this with any luck?
We were coping very well, to be honest. I think, if I remember rightly, they had Grant Holt up front before you got a big move, and I think it was Pelly and I think it was Leeson centre half. Both of them kept him really quiet, and I think he only had the one real chance, which was the one he scored in the second half, but that was when we were 3-0 up. So it was I think it was a comfortable but hard-fought win. Obviously against higher league opposition, going in there, everyone's up for it. Sean scores, settles the nerves, gets a second one, as I say, about halfway through. Again, fantastic finish, and it gives you that bit more to hold on to as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Andy Leeson as the third goal. Well, is playing in defence, but he scored the third goal, doesn't he? I mean, it's a bit unusual, Andy Leeson popping up there, and he enjoyed it, looking at the video.
He certainly did. In the celebrations afterwards, I've I'm sure I've got the photos on Facebook somewhere of Gleeson getting mobbed by everyone. It's a great photo of him getting thrown to the floor or something like that.
Yeah, I think I've seen that as well, actually. I mean, we went on to the next round, which we'll come to in a second or two, Bournemouth away. But what I remember mainly, well, not mainly, but is an important turning point in that Shrewsbury game was that Grant Holt once got away from the defence and was through one-on-one on Mark Bell in our goal. And he was really quickly out. And I think that was really decisive, because if they had got one back then through Grant Holt, it might have changed the game. I think we were 1 or 2 down at that point.
Yeah. I have, again, Belly, another lad who did really well in the cup run. Showed his quality.
Yeah, he's good player. As I say, at Bournemouth away in the second round, that was the next game, and what a day that was. I mean, everybody associated with the club absolutely loved that. I mean, it's one of the highlights of me watching the club for over 60 years. It was just something really special about that whole occasion. I mean, most people's memories of the game itself was Mark Bell's 2 fantastic saves. But he was the first to come out after the game and talking to the press and said, well, no, it's not just all about me, it's about the defence in front of me. So really he's praising you and the other lads for the work you did yourselves.
Yeah, obviously great to hear when he's pulled off 2 fantastic saves, got man of the match, and then he goes on to praise us a bit as well. But that's the type of bloke Belly is. He's a proper team player. Obviously afterwards he had the man of the match champagne in the bar and was loving that. Getting photos taken with it and everything like that. But no, it was good for him to, I suppose, praise the rest of the team that you only had to really pull off 2 proper saves. And I think we've kept them fairly quiet considering they were a League 2 team at the time. And they were doing really well. Obviously I had Darren Anderton playing. Who, again, ex-England international, Taj, I think, marked him out of the game. And Taj always says he retired on that night after marking him out of the game because he didn't come up to Blyth on the Monday night.
Yeah, I was going to mention Chris McCabe, actually. I mean, he was imperious, wasn't he, in midfield there? I mean, you know, he's been challenging Mark Bell for man of the match, really, his performance. Yeah,
definitely. Taj, he's one of them. You never get less than 100% off Taj. He's just a born winner, really.
Yeah. So from what you're saying, I think you think that overall we did deserve the draw, even though we're under pressure for longish periods of the game.
Yeah, I would say we deserved the draw. I don't think we had many clear-cut chances. But again, from what I remember rightly, again, memory's not the best these days, but the 2 Belly pulled off. I don't think there was many other clear-cut chances that they could say they deserved to win it, really.
No, I think you're right. I agree with you. So I assume the players didn't come back after the game that night, that you maybe went out in Bournemouth. That must have been fun and games if you did.
Yeah. We stayed over down in Bournemouth, and the lads had a night out, which we took full advantage of, and there was good stories from there of Alex Gildeer talking to a few girls at the time, took them to the bar, got the round of drinks in. Well, said he was getting the round of drinks in. Ordered about 5 or 6 drinks, few for the lads, few for the girls, and when the barmaid came over to ask for the cash, he sort of just turned, pointed at Gary Brown and just went, "He's paying," picked up his drinks, walked away, and Brownie got stitched with the bill. So,
did Brownie ever get him back for that?
No, you don't get Al back for things like that. He's too good for that.
Brilliant. So moving to the Bournemouth replay at home, I mean, from my point of view, because obviously I was heavily involved in the media then, the media side was really sort of stepping up. I mean, it started the Shrewsbury game even before slightly. I mean, did the media coverage and some might say intrusion to the players with the players, etc. Did that affect the players in any way, either positively or negatively? Do you think?
I think positively. The lads loved it. The lads loved the media attention, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, part of that was the FA brought the FA Cup up, didn't they? So the lads could have pictures and get their hands on the cup.
Yeah, it was good to get their hands on the cup, things like that. Again, I think it was before the Bournemouth first game. Obviously, Jamie Poole is a bit of a clown, so he, so to speak, he's quite good on the unicycle. So I think we had one of the papers up, and we wanted to take some photos and something a bit unique. So Pooley was there with his unicycle, wanting to have a go with the FA Cup on unicycle. The FA Cup security guards were like, "Nah, not doing that, doing that, no chance." The media guys managed to persuade him to let him do it, and lo and behold, Pooley took about 3 rotations of the wheel and dropped the FA Cup.
I remember, they asked me actually if he could do it, and I tried to play it sort of deadpan and say, "Oh yeah, he's a highly proficient unicyclist. He got no issues at all." And I seem to remember that I think he did he did 2 runs along the front of our stand, so supporters will know there's not a lot of difference between the front seats and the very bottom sort of gangway, for what word, to the pitch side.
Yeah.
And I think he did a couple pretty well, 5 or 10 yards. But then the snappers and photographers hadn't got the images they wanted, so it was that fatal 3rd time I think he had to do it, and it went. And I remember the guy saying, "Oh, we'll have to report to Soho Square, FA headquarters at the time," and it was soured a bit, but it was all good fun though.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, so the game itself, I mean, obviously it was incredibly tense, but the winner in the last minute from Jed Dalton was one of those moments only football can bring, really, so exhilarating. It's just sheer joy. I mean, did you see possibly the winning goal coming at some point?
No, not really. It was, again, a hard-fought game. If I remember rightly, we coped quite well with their front line. Didn't have too much. I don't think Belly had too much that day.
No.
Like proper saves. I don't think we made that many clear-cut chances. But brilliant dart down the wing from Righty. Brilliant cross, and Jed, just one of them where you just dive for it in the box, make a name for yourself, and then again, celebrations straight after the goal were unbelievable. Again, photos of that with all the lads piling on, few of the supporters. I remember you've got about 6 or 7 of the lads on top of Jed, and then there's a photo of, I think it's Paul Farman, just running in, just the look on his face is absolutely brilliant. Again, that's an image I'll never forget.
Yeah, there's a really nice picture of Ewan and Jed after the game, which we've had on the tweets and Facebook as the run into this interview. So that brought on Blackburn Rovers home in the 3rd round. Can you tell us, first of all, about our tactics that night? Because we seemed to sort of be quite happy to sit behind the ball for the majority of the game and try to sort of keep them at bay. And then we had our best spell maybe after they scored, where we came forward more.
Yeah, from what I remember of Harry's tactics, pretty much all the time was strong defensively, and then hopefully the forwards can nick a goal or 2. So that was no different to the Blackburn game. Obviously, didn't have their first team strong team out, but they had some had some big players like Matt Derbyshire. I think it was Bunn in goal, people like that. What's his face? Played in Newcastle, right back.
Can't remember.
Danny Simpson. So
yeah.
Danny Simpson was right back at the time. So they had some good players out. But I think we did well up until, well, to be fair, their goal was different class. I remember one of the tactics was, I remember Harry pulling us into his office, the kit room, before the game, and just basically saying, I want you man mark Villanueva.
All right.
So, yeah, it was one of them where I went, yeah, no bother, I'll have a good. And then just remember during the game, watching them, man marked players before, and just thought, yeah, no different. I remember stood right next to him, checked my shoulder, he was there, looked to see where the ball was, checked back, he was 12 yards away, the other side of us. I was like, whoa, no. So his movement was different class, and his free kick was, to be fair, not many Premier League goalkeepers are going to save that. It was right in the top corner.
No, it was a class finish, wasn't it? I mean, some people, I'm not one of them, was saying it wasn't actually a free kick in the first place. But have you got a thought on that?
No, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think Alex has pretty much pulled him to the ground. So I think it was a free kick.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned Alex Gildea there. I mean, he and Andrew Wright had a couple of chances, didn't they, after that, where we could have got back in the game?
Yeah, everyone remembers Wrighty's, the cross from the left, and then I suppose on his wrong foot, where Andy's got too much of a good contact on it, and it looks so it's gone a lot higher over the bar, but it's only missed by about a foot, if that. So everyone remembers that chance, but Alex had a good chance as well, where he had a header about between penalty spot and 6-yard box, and connecting with his head, it's actually hit his shoulder and went over the bar. But that was a good chance as well. So
yeah, I agree in terms of Wrighty's chance, because it looked technically quite hard, because the ball was coming across quite fast, quickly, and I think it was in the edge of volleyed, as you say, with not his preferred foot. And to be honest, he probably made quite good contact with it, bearing that in.
He probably made too good a contact, where he's hit it flush, and he's being in the air on his wrong foot, and it's just went over the bar.
Yeah, I know he was about the last one out of the changing room. He was devastated. I think unnecessarily so. I mean, it's one of those things. So how was our dressing room after the game? I mean, was it pure disappointment, or was it tinged with a lot of pride as to what we'd achieved?
A bit of both, really. Disappointed that we hadn't got the draw, because going down Blackburn and playing at Ewood Park would have been unbelievable. And because it was a Monday night, the cup draw would be taking place on the Sunday, so we knew if we did manage to beat Blackburn, it would have been Sunday at the Stadium of Light. So it was a bit of that would have been unreal.
Yeah.
But yeah, pride, we didn't get battered, which and as I say, we played really well, and could have got a draw. So the lads were very themselves.
Yeah, I mean, talking of that, I mean, Henry Winter was writing for the Telegraph at the time, was at the match. He's now the chief football writer at the Times. He quoted the next day, said, Croft Park Blyth Spartans last night was the epicentre of British football, and it was, and it felt like it. It was a massive occasion in more ways than just being a third round of the FA Cup game. I mean, how did you feel? As I said at the kickoff, you're captain during this run. How do you feel leading the team out that night?
Unbelievable experience. Just thinking about it there now, we've got shivers down my spine. Again, the photo was going around. Well, it's been around for the whole time. Me leading the team out with a mascot with the collar with Kivanishvili. I think it was Georgian international, like walking just behind us, that with the cameras going off and all that. That was again one of them images never ever forget.
Brilliant. So just sort of kind of finally, I was going to ask you about the manager of the Cup, Harry Dunn.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have played under a lot of managers in your playing career.
Yep.
What, if anything, sort of singles Harry out? You know, what are his kind of special qualities, would you say?
He was very no prisoners really. If you had a bad game, you knew about it. But always remember, you used to have a little black book, and no one's ever allowed to look at it. No one was in it. And the lad was like, "What is in there?" Like, and one night after training, he'd left it in the kit room. So I think it was me, Graham Fenton, and a couple of the other lads were like, "We'll have to have a look in it. We'll have to have a look." So I went through, and in this little black book was pretty much every team one of his teams has ever played against, how they lined up, and who were the danger men. Obviously, the teams change over the years, but he could go to this book and say, right, lined up this way last time. These were the key players, things like that. It was he was very, very detailed, shall we say.
So you took preparation to the ultimate level, and
an
analysis after the game. Did you sort of see that through after the game in terms of very detailed analysis to individuals and the team as to whether they played well or not?
So sometimes, I always remember one team, I can't remember who we were playing against. I think with 2-0 down at half time at home, came in, and the lads are sitting down absolutely gutted, we haven't been playing very well. And he's literally just went round the chin room, just went, well, probably a bit more experience in this, but you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're rubbish. You haven't played so bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. That's it. And walked out the change rooms. And we were like, all right. I think we went out and drew 2-0 in the end, like, so it worked. But I literally went round, battered every one of the lads. Apart from one person, I can't remember who it was. We went, yeah, you haven't done too bad. And then, yeah, just walked out.
So it wasn't you there, otherwise you would remember. So you were bad as well.
Yeah, aye. Different word of bad, he was saying.
All right, great. Thanks, Gareth. Thanks very much for your time. Just before you go, I mean, how are you filling in your time? Because you're at home, I think, aren't you, during the current crisis? Are you getting bored? Or are you filling in your time well?
2 little girls to look after, so 5 and 2. They're trying to homeschool the 5-year-old, entertain the 2-year-old, do a little bit with her. Luckily, they like being out in the garden. We've got quite a big garden, so we're out there quite a bit. And yeah, I prefer not to be stuck in here, but hey, it's got to be done.
Yeah, well, make the best use of your time with your kids when they're young. So yeah, so thanks again, Gareth. I'm sure the supporters value your time as well, and take care of yourselves, you and your family.
Shall do. Thank you very much, Phil.
Okay, cheeks.
Right.
Bye.
See you later.